I want to hit some final news here in the overdrive portion of this hour. I've already covered this, but I want to talk about it again. I think I'm going to do a special report for the nightly news tonight because I'm pretty angry right now. And I just thought about what we put up with from the cutting edge of tyranny. And that's really what the Democrats are. The Republicans are horrible globalists, bought and paid for at the highest levels by the same interests. But they at least have to play the part of pro-liberty, freedom, common sense, lower taxes, free market, national sovereignty. And there are good people. I know Rand Paul. I know he's a good guy. Sometimes does he play a little bit too much politics? Maybe. Maybe. I know people that know Ted Cruz, and we've interviewed him, but we don't know him well at all, that he's a real guy. That remains to be seen, but I like more and more what I'm seeing. I know Ron Paul's for real. I've known him 17 years. And I know people like Walter Jones are for real. And a lot of other congressmen who've been on the show and have said they're listeners, and a lot of which have not been on the show. And obviously, I've run into them at events, or I've tried to get them on and talk to them. And they're like, listen, there's too much heat if I come on your show, but one day I will, because what you're saying is becoming mainstream. They will rake me over the coals for it. I think the time for that is really over. Not that we even need it. I mean, I got a congressman on my show. Unless they're breaking something, listenership goes down. And I don't really do stuff just for listenership. My main drive is tell the truth, tell it like it is. It becomes entertaining just because I'm a nut sometimes. You know, real people are nutty. But the point is that I sure don't want to be these real nuts that sit there all scared of what their neighbors think, scared of what everybody else thinks, while the whole society goes in hell in a handbasket. And we sit here and see the outrageous video up on Infowars.com. Democratic senator uses Oklahoma tornado for anti-GOP rant over global warming. It's an anti-state rant. It's an anti-Oklahoman rant. And, you know, the Daily Caller, Jeff Poore is a great writer, but it's worse than that. We should write a new article telling it like it really is. Senator implies that Oklahomans don't deserve support from rest of nation. That's what that piece of trash said. In fact, so many times I try to think of a headline that really says what it is, and I can't come up with one bad enough that's short. How about like opportunistic senator who wants carbon taxes to line his and other globalist pockets because he's involved in carbon trading? I looked it up this morning. You know, this is what the real headline would be, but it'd be too long. Fearmongers at a witch doctor level propaganda, as if the sun wouldn't come back if we don't all flagellate ourselves with bullwhips like we're guilty for every natural disaster, and blames Oklahomans for their senator helping shoot down fraudulent carbon taxes, and implies that rest of the nation is sick of the Midwest and the South not capitulating to their bizarre religious cosmology of collectivism. I mean, listen, I'm so close to this that I tend to not get mad. I know that's part of the tyranny process with all of us. Even though we consciously know it and don't like it, we're so used to it. We're like, yeah, they're running checkpoints downtown with the TSA, searching bags without warrants in Austin. Oh, I guess we might send a crew, might try to go get, you know, I've known about this so long was coming. Oh, they had the National Guard out running checkpoints at the park. As if you could stop a real terrorist from attacking, as if the terrorists aren't really the globalists. You know, just it's just kind of like, yeah, we knew that shoe was going to drop. Yeah, we knew that was coming. Yeah, we knew that was going on. And then they write all these books, how they're going to build this technocracy and how they're going to live forever and how we're going to be in these, you know, squalor zones. They're going to release bioweapons to get rid of us. And it's all just plagiarized Malthus garbage from 250 years ago. Malthusian stuff from Sir Malthus of London, who said, herd the poor into small compact areas and get smallpox and other plagues and don't give them any type of, you know, drainage and just kill them. Thank God the crown was even more evil and said, we don't want to kill good slaves. That's what they were. They didn't call them slaves because they were slaves. They said, we'll send them to the New World and to Australia. We'll send them to penal colonies, which only made us stronger. Thank you. And so we built a secret army for liberty in the United States and in Australia and places with the Renaissance blood. But now we've been taken over and are now the army of the New World Order. The United States and Australia and New Zealand were the globalist prison planets, to use a Frank Herbert type Salusa Secundus analogy. No, that's not a sexual position, I will assure you. Now, let's get to this next little piece here, my friends. Prophets of science fiction. By the way, a correction. I did that laser beam video, partially directed by my son, myself, and Rob Dew. We all co-directed it, but my son, his name is not public yet. His mother doesn't want him to be public, but it will be. He wants it. He loves liberty. He's almost as tall as me now. He's like a giant at 10 years old. Or maybe I'm a midget, but I'm 5'10". He used to be a 5'11". I hunch over now. But the point is, 4'9 1/4. Anyways, the point is that, why was I going off into that story? Oh, the laser beam, real Star Wars Lego laser battle video that's featured on our YouTube channel. I said in there, if gunpowder was invented 2,800 years ago in the whatever dynasty, it was like 1,600 years ago, and I got that wrong. Or 1,500, whatever it was. But they had pre-development of gunpowder 2,000 plus years ago. So it doesn't matter. I just want to correct things when we're wrong. And some of my French wasn't exactly right either earlier. So I want to apologize. I got some of that a little bit wrong. Hey, we're always talking about this. So let's go to this. Here they are throwing it in our face from Robert Heinlein, wrote this more than 50 years ago, and now it's becoming a reality at MIT. Here's Prophets of Science Fiction, somebody I really admire, Ridley Scott on the Discovery Channel. Here's a clip of this.
Dr. Rebecca Sachs of MIT is puzzling out how it might be possible to control another person's moral choices.
We don't think of any parts of our thoughts or consciousness as being patterns of neural activity in our brain. But everything you think, every experience you have, any idea that goes through your head, what that is a pattern of electrical activity, electrical firing, going from one cell to another inside your brain. And moral judgments are just an example.
In her quest to
we give you a vaccine so you never get upset again.
Dr. Sachs uses a new technology called transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS, to temporarily short-circuit specific regions of a person's brain.
Oh, electromagnetic will make you behave.
A coil that makes a magnetic pulse up against the skull.
Oh, like your cell phone?
And then when we can pulse on a really strong magnetic field, the result is that it induces electrical currents in the neurons that are right underneath it. And that will cause them to briefly fire all at once simultaneously. And then after that, basically shut down a little bit.
Oh, it's like electroshock therapy, but
to manipulate the neurons guiding moral judgment, Dr. Sachs focuses on the region of the brain where scientists believe these decisions are made.
We did this to Hemingway, and then he was no longer a problem. He fried his beautiful mind.
Particularly involved in letting you think about other people's thoughts. And we
he reads your mind.
When you think about other people's thoughts, there's activity in this brain region. If we made those neurons sluggish, if we made them bad at their job, that we could change your moral judgment.
With fluoride?
In a very predicted way.
And GMO?
To gauge how much TMS is affecting judgment, Dr. Sachs uses a morality tale about a fictional woman named Grace.
See, this microwave does this to you, just like that cell phone.
There's a coffee break. Grace goes to make the coffee.
We can teach you to not stand up for anybody around you, so you accept assimilation.
Dangerous
We're coming from the corporate board. Hail Satan.
Oh, excuse me. Let me go back into NPR talk.
Coffee. Actually, that powder is just the sugar that the scientists use every day. And so when Grace's friend drinks the coffee with that white powder in it, she's fine. Nothing bad happens. So how much blame does Grace deserve for putting that white powder in the coffee?
Average test subjects will consider Grace's actions to be a 7 out of 10 on a scale of evil behavior.
But what's evil?
Even though her friend is unharmed, most consider Grace's intention to kill as immoral. But when a test subject reads the same tale whilst undergoing TMS, the results are surprising.
Right before he's going to make that moral judgment, then he would get the magnetic field pulse in his right.
And now he likes killing.
We know that Grace thought that the powder was dangerous toxic poison, so we would say it was totally morally wrong to put
And also letting you watch violence.
And what TMS to your right TPJ will
millions
do
of times
is
on
make you
TV
say, "That's a
while you
little
eat
less
popcorn
wrong."
makes you start liking
shift
it.
that balance by making neurons in your right TPJ a little less good at their job.
Oh, a little less good, a little less.
DARPA was bragging about that like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. I saw an article in the Baltimore Sun. They're like, well, actually, we're practicing in cities calming you. It's all right, because you're going to be too brain damaged when we finally release the bioweapon. That'll be after they've got the robots in place the next 10, 15 years, 20 years. We hold them back. And then the robots will clean out, and we'll let the cities rewild, and it'll be a great new age for the scientific elite. We love you so much. Oh, yeah.
I'm Darren McBreen, and these are some of the new items that are available now at InfoWarsShop.com.
Alert the public to Obama's blatant abuse of power with the new Obama t-shirt. Obama's Joker face on the front and "Come and Take It" on the back. It's time to publicly call him out for what he is, a tyrant. Defend the Second Amendment with our top seller "Come and Take It" t-shirts. And look at that, women's cut tank tops and t-shirts now available. Nice hat. Plus the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. And now you can become a micro distributor of the InfoWars magazine. Plus, get your own copy delivered right to your door each and every month. And if you're tired like I am of you and your family being exposed to polluted drinking water, get the Pro One high performance water filter. It gets rid of all pathogenic bacteria, cyst, fluoride, heavy metals, and numerous other contaminants.
So join the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.